Can you hear me? Is the mic working? Yep. Okay. Raise of hands if you feel like you know exactly what the difference is between agents and automation. Got one. Come on. Now raise your hand. Keep your hands up. Um, if you know exactly what the difference is between generative AI with automation, and AGI. Great. Okay. So my goal today is to, except for you, and is to help you gain a better understanding of what the differences are. This is a launch lemonade. AI Agents 101, an intro to agents. Okay, so we've heard about chatbot for a while. It's been there forever. The first chatbot that I integrated was probably, well, we started building it around 2017, launched in 2018, took forever to launch, very expensive, $250,000, had a big team. But the minute it got released, it increased our resolution rate by 20%. So even in 2018, I knew, I was like, oh my God, this has loads of business benefit. Then generative AI came, made everything cheap. And then we heard about this AGI, general intelligence, human-like intelligence. But then before that, so AGI is not here yet. Before that, we heard about Agentic AI. What the hell is Agentic AI? And we got automation. So it is getting confusing for a lot of us. But before I tell you what the differences are, my name is Shen. I am an AI transformation consultant for businesses, and I've also bootstrapped with my co-founder, LaunchLemonade. We now have over 10,000 AI assistants and agents built on the platform, built by 3,000 businesses globally, all bootstrapped. And we've done all that because we got AI agents working with us. Got a free newsletter that we launch and release weekly. And like the gentleman said, my mission is simple. No one gets left behind in the time of AI. I believe that we should all take equity, not just consume this amazing tech. So, key concepts. We all know what AI is. So before generative AI, we have seen AI beat chess. So there's actually a really good book. Forgot to bring the title again. Oh, by the way, who was in the masterclass yesterday? You'll see the same slides. Apologies. But AI was originally coined in the 50s. So when they thought about AI, the concept was a machine that will imitate human. So the first AI in the wild were, like I said, played chess, beat humans at chess, played Go. And then my favorite example was this robot that they trained to pick a yellow ball in a sea of blue balls. So imagine this machine, they basically train it, okay, can you recognize what a yellow ball is? It did. So that was an earlier version of AI. I've also lumped in machine learning examples like Netflix recommendations, your GPS, Siri. That was pre-generative AI. And then we've got generative AI, ChatGPT came out. So it's a subset of AI whereby if a user inputs a query or text, this thing auto-completes it. So it's a smart autocomplete. This is a popular line experts use to describe generative AI. So it can generate text, images, even music. And then we got AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. So this is what everyone's been talking about in terms of, oh my God, it's going to replace us. So the concept of this thing is that it'll be human-like. It can autonomously complete tasks and achieve goals. It can decide how to complete that task, how to solve a problem. So this is AGI. And then we got this concept of superintelligence. So in 2014, Nick Bostrom published a really popular book. Some love it, some hate it. But in this book, to me anyway, the idea of superintelligence was introduced. Think about this, 2014. And if you haven't read that book, you must, because you'll hear like a lot of the things that the book said is happening. So it's purely theoretical at the moment, but basically, superintelligence will surpass any human intelligence by millions. So, yeah, the super thing. Think Big Brother, something like that. So where are we right now? Yes, someone said in between. We're currently, for me, I think we're just around here. So we're still using generative AI and gluing things together to have something agentic, something that can make decisions, something that can do something, but limited based on how we glue it. So we're still gluing things together like, oh, you can analyze this data, and based on that analysis, put a summary together and publish on Google Sheet. But you also have access to memory, so you learn over time. So, basic example of an agentic flow. So you can do things like that. Or operator, for example. You can use my credit card to buy water from Amazon. Okay. So what are AI agents then? So if it's not general intelligence, what is an AI agent? So it can understand a goal. It can decide how to complete it. It can use tools that it needs, like memory, a knowledge base. And it can carry out steps to goals. A lot of agentic flows or agentic systems can reason before they act. So you think, okay, this was the goal that I have. These are the steps that I need to take. And ideally, it can learn as well. So if it has a memory function on, there's, like the similar concept as ChatGPT's memory. It can learn over time based on its users' preferences. Can remember, can decide, can use tools, and do multi-step reasoning. I'll leave it for, it's okay, you've taken your photo. Okay. But they're not AGI, as I said, because agentic AI follows instructions. AGI will invent its own. Agentic AI knows how. AGI will know why. Agents solve narrow problems. AGI will solve everything and anything you give it. But it is also not automation. Automation has existed forever. Ever since I became a product manager, there were already automated workflows. But it's different as an agentic flow. So here's the difference. Automation follow fixed rules, no matter what changes, and it can't handle surprises. So it's rule-based, can't learn, can't adapt, can't decide. So pre-LLMs, the chatbots that ran the websites, do you remember those? They were very rigid. They can't adapt to a question. You have to choose an option. And then based on that option, there's a response. And then most of us are probably like, no, I need to talk to a human. You don't understand. Those are automated flows. But then with agents, it adapts to new tasks and changing goals. So for example, I'm a customer. And my query was, what's a weird query? I want to change my middle name in my account. So when I engage with a chatbot, the options to change my middle name in my account in an old automated chatbot probably won't be there. Like, it's too specific. So now I can just type it, and the agent will exactly know what I mean, and it'll know where to take me. Okay, I understand that. I have now logged this request and sent it to a human to complete. So it's all done. This is an example of an automation workflow framework where using an LLM, so it still has generative AI in it. So let's say someone has inputted or completed a form or initiated a chat. That is our trigger, and via an API, an LLM processes it, understands it, and then it puts together, based on how it's designed, a summary or an answer. And then there could be a conditional logic where the logic could be, okay, from this answer, we make a decision whether to send this to operations or send this to fraud, for example. Or we can make a decision, especially in credit, to say, okay, let's give this person a credit of 1 million or 500,000, and then it provides an output. So this is an example of a framework of an automated AI automation. An AI agent workflow, on the other hand, involves other things. Again, this is just a basic example. But in an AI agent flow, you still have a trigger, more often than not. It could be time-based, it could be input, or an objective, a goal. And then your LLM perceives it, but when after perceiving it, it would look at its memory. What were the past conversations that I had with this user? What did they like? What they didn't like? Previous feedback it gave me, and then after retrieving information from the memory, it starts to reason. Okay, based on the fact that this woman didn't like the fact that I used M dashes or the word utopia, I'm gonna break down the steps to come up with a better answer or better output for this request. And then after it plans and reasons, it looks at its tools that's available to them. So if you set up a knowledge base, or the ability to search the internet, or the ability to call Notion folders or Google Drive docs, it looks at its capabilities. It can also look at, do I have access to other agents to collaborate with them? Has anyone used the Claude screen? Couple, okay. And then once it looks at its tools and capabilities, it can execute. There's an optional flow where you could have like a perception layer and a decisioning layer that could say, yeah, I can provide this output. It's ethical for me to provide this output or not. But then it executes. And then these are the optional steps as well, where a human is in the loop. Move the chair. Where a human is in the loop, or I believe what's being built right now is if it can delegate as well to other agents available. So once it executes, it says, oh, I need you to also do this. So this is an example of an AI agent framework, which is quite different from just your average automation. It can learn, it can adapt, it can make decisions, it can reason within itself, and it has memory. Okay, everyone's taking a picture? Yep. Oh, yeah. So here are some of the available agents in the market. Take a picture and try them out. A lot of them have free versions. Who's used Operator? Someone's ChatGPT's Operator. Claude Computer use, someone said that. Lindy AI. We've got one. Manus. Loads. Clay. Over there. Deep research on ChatGPT. I imagine a lot. And then who is a Microsoft Copilot user here? They just released their DIY agents. So Launch Lemonade, please forgive me for talking about my product. But Launch Lemonade's idea of agents have, we've been beta testing it for almost a year now. And our idea was to give it all of these features: the ability to remember, the ability to search, the ability to have knowledge, whether it's pulled from Google Drive, Notion, live websites, or uploaded documents. And then a further step is to ability to, in one single agentic flow, use different models at the same time. And these models would have different capabilities and be able to work together as a person has set up. So our platform is a DIY agent builder as well. And here's an example of one that I've built. So this is my flow, and it's built to be a content agent that's on brand. Based on the topic that I give it, I want it to produce 150 pieces of content for me. So someone just said, Shen. Actually, there are two people who saw me. Shen, I've seen you everywhere. Why are you everywhere? Like, you're on events, you're on LinkedIn, you post 3 times a day. Well, it's because I use an agent to produce my content for me. So here I've got 8 different models working together, from Perplexity, Claude, Grok, NVIDIA Nematron, ChatGPT, Gemini, and they're all producing content for me. So you can see LinkedIn Writer now. So my tweets are written by Grok. If you're on Threads, I'm there. I've given up on Twitter. And then LinkedIn is written by Claude. And then next, I should have fast forwarded this. Next is a video script writer, newsletter writer, video scripts. Yeah, I said that already. And so on and so forth. But basically, the idea is you configure your agent's capabilities, where it pulls knowledge from, how it remembers you, so on and so forth. Okay, I will have to fast forward. AI agents aren't just the next step in automation. They're the start of a new way of working, thinking, and building. Again, if you haven't scanned the newsletter, it's free. I'll never charge for you to read the newsletter, but I always give a breakdown on the language models and ideas on how to build and monetize your AI agents. Again, the mission is to take equity from this thing.